Hi and welcome to the WOOLapyk podcast. My name is Ida and this is a podcast about knitting. I am currently in Sweden on our summer holiday. We're going to be here for a week. And it has got to be one of the worst, not the worst, but it's not particularly well planned since we are now on what day is it? It's Monday today, and in less than 2 weeks we are hosting Fiberfolk, Jakob and I. So we are on holiday, but we also have a lot of Fiberfolk related stuff to do. So we didn't really plan that well. So yeah, Fiberfolk in 2 weeks on August 12th and 13th, and I hope a lot of you are going to be there. We are excited and nervous and all the things that we always are, even more so I think now, because we have people coming there to do some talks and it's just bigger, so there's more to manage. We have volunteers there as well, which is the first time we've done that, so there's a lot of new stuff going on and it always worries me especially. Yeah, so but that's not what it's about. I just wanted to say that we are in Sweden. If you were wondering why everything is looking different, that's because we are in a beautiful house here. I have 3 finished objects to show you today, and they are on the smaller side, or they have just had small things, I guess, that I needed to do to finish them off. So the first one is my Camisole number 5. I talked about this and all the horrible mistakes that happened up here where I cut into the fabric and ruined it. You can see it here, or maybe you can't. I don't know if I should move closer to the camera actually. I can move a bit closer like this. Yeah, so but I fixed it and it's there. You can definitely see it if you look for it. I don't think a lot of people are going to look for it. That's what I am telling myself, at least. So what I needed to do on this was just the armholes, and that is done in double knitting, which is very easy to do. I haven't done that before, but there's plenty of videos on YouTube, so you can just go there and look that up. It's easy, but it takes such a long time. I think I've used at least a week on these armholes. So you pick up and then you just, start one place and you end obviously at the other end. And it just took me so long. I don't know why. I mean it is double knitting, but I think I did the double knitting on 9 stitches total. So 9 stitches back and forth. And you do some slipping of stitches. So that obviously takes longer because you don't knit all of them in each row. But I don't know. I think part of it is also because I was thinking, oh, I just need to do the armholes. It's gonna be easy breezy. I'm gonna be done with this in 2 days. And then it just kept on going and going and going. Plus, I didn't know, I was still, I didn't know, or I don't know, I guess, how much I would wear this. Basically, I was at a point where I had been thinking about just throwing this in a corner, just leaving it there, because I had ruined that neckline piece because I'm not really sure if I'm going to wear it or not. But then I thought, that's just a waste of yarn, that's a waste of knitting time. Maybe I am actually going to wear this piece, but I won't know until I finish the armholes. So finishing the armholes on a garment that you're not really sure about whether or not you're gonna actually wear, I think that just made it seem like it took longer, because I really just wanted to get it off my needles, out of the project bag and into my closet, and fingers crossed I was gonna wear it, and I have not worn it. It has been done for I think 3 weeks, and I just haven't reached for it. It's not the warmest weather either, but I could wear it with this one, for example. And I don't know. I don't know what it is, because I actually do like the fit. It has a nice fit and it doesn't look bad. I could wear it easily with these jeans that I'm wearing. I'm just not really reaching for it. So I brought it with me to Sweden because I've decided that I do want to wear it here just to try it out. But so far I haven't. It's also been raining, so, but yeah. But I did really like the pattern. I liked knitting it, except for these armholes. And it's a nice top. I think, what did I do differently? I did not knit it according to gauge. I think the gauge is it 26 stitches or 28 stitches, something like that, maybe even more, in ribbing. And mine is not that, because I'm holding, it's knit with a fingering weight yarn. The pattern is knit with a fingering weight yarn, and I've been holding 2 strands of fingering weight yarns together to knit this. So I haven't followed the pattern. Well, I haven't followed the pattern in the sense of gauge. I can't remember, because I knit the most of this I knit last year, and I honestly can't remember what I did. But I think my guess is that I have knitted some sizes smaller than my size. I think that's usually what I do. So I'm probably just have knitted like an extra small or something like that to get it to fit me, which is probably around a medium large. Yeah, and it's knit in a lovely linen bamboo, or is it 100% linen? I think maybe it's 100% linen. It's my own yarn. I can't even remember. So it's not because it's a wool yarn and it's been too warm or anything like that. It is a summer yarn. It's a plant-based yarn, so I don't really have any excuses, except that I think I just gravitate more towards my sweaters for handmade woolen garments, and not as much towards the knitted tops, because I also have that other top, which is the Olympia top by WOOLapyk, that I knitted and finished and not worn, but that is knit in a merino nylon yarn, so that is warmer. I also knit with 2 strands together, so it also has like this one, it has a thicker gauge but with wool. So yeah, I think I need to stop knitting these tops basically, because I just don't gravitate towards wearing them when they're in my closet. I also have a few knitted t-shirts that are like crop t-shirts. I have one from Fiber Tales and also another one from Helga Isa, and I hardly ever wear those as well. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not because of the patterns, and it's nothing. I just think I prefer like the bit more oversized woolen garments than the smaller ones. I don't know why I keep talking about it. I'm gonna move on because I have another finished object for this time for my daughter. I am just not sure if I have shown this to you or if it's just the vest that I knit for Anton. I do apologize if I have talked about this before. I'm gonna do it briefly, because if I have, you know, you don't need to know about it twice. But the reason that I'm thinking that I haven't is because I haven't, when I finished a project or an object or anything, I put it in a box that I have where I also have my works in progress, and I leave it there until I've talked about it on the podcast, and then I move it into my closet or the kids' closet, you know, depending on who the garment is for. And this one was still in that basket, so I don't think I have talked about it, because if I had, then I'm pretty sure I would have put it back into her wardrobe. So this is the Berry Sweater by Lene, Holme, Samsøe, and it is a pattern from this book, which has just a ton of beautiful patterns for kids. It's just available in Danish and in Norwegian, I think. But I do think maybe if enough people ask her in English, that maybe she could make some of these at least available in English, because they're just, she makes beautiful kids patterns. I really enjoy them. So I have been knitting the Berry pullover. Let's see if I can find it here. Just to And it's called a berry pullover because it has a pattern down the front with like a lace and also some bubbles, which I guess are the berries. And I just wanted to show you because I left that out just so you can see what it looks like in the original pattern. Maybe I just can't find it now. It's completely gone here. But I can talk about that. So I knit the vest in a yak yarn that Jakob gave me 3, 4, 5 years ago. He kept asking me before my birthday, like, what yarn do you like? What's really exclusive? What is very expensive? What is like, what would you like to wear? And I said, well, yak is like a really sort of exclusive, lovely, warm, delicious yarn. And then he found, I think, 6 skeins of a DK weight yak yarn that he gave me so that I could dye on it. And it ended up dyeing, I think, because it was just such a, for me at least, such a luxury yarn. I didn't want to dye all the skeins. I only dyed 3 of them, which was just stupid because 3 is not enough for a garment for me. So it has just been in my stash for years because I just didn't know what to do with it. And I have a kid, as many of you know, who does not like anything knitted or any knitwear because she finds that it's itchy. But I thought the yak yarn is just lovely and gorgeous, so I would just try it out and see. And then if she doesn't like it, Anton can wear it when he gets a little bigger. So here it is in the original pattern, and that is, you see, beautiful pattern down the front that I left out. Oh no, I put it here. So as you can see, I did not include that. It's just a very nice plain stockinette stitch with those lovely split hem splits here that I really like for me, but also for kids. And it's just beautiful, lovely. It fits her nicely, but it fits her perfectly. And I had actually been going for a more oversized fit for her just so that she could wear it longer, but I think it's gonna fit her this fall and winter if she wears it, and then she's probably gonna outgrow it. But then again, you know, kids mostly will just grow upwards, so she could probably wear this, I guess, until it's too short for her, and then I could pass it on for Anton. And I just really love this. I love the hand-dyed yarn. I really would like to make something similar to this again. I just really like it. So yeah, that is the berry slipover from Lene, Holme, Samsøe for Esther. The last update, finished update that I have is I am not a crocheter, and I have been working on a hat for Esther for 2 years now, for 2 summers. The pattern is Kolonihave hat by Air Crochet, Jeanette, who makes beautiful crochet designs, and the hat is beautiful. I see if I can remember to put in a picture for it, otherwise you can look for it on Instagram. But I started last year, and then I picked it up again this year, and I actually ended up ripping it back because I started out with 3 colors, and then the original pattern is with 2 colors, and I didn't really know where I was, and since I'm not a crocheter, I couldn't easily pick it up, so it's just made more sense for me to rip it all back and then start over. I started over and it went well. I said, you know, you start from the crown, so the first rounds are quickly done, and then the bigger it got, the longer it took, and I just wasn't really enjoying it that much. So again, nothing against the pattern, it's beautiful, and there are a lot of helpful videos along with the pattern. So like I said, I can do a granny square, but I'm not a crocheter. I don't know the terms or anything. So I would say a complete newbie, like a newbie or beginner, could do this pattern because there's so much help to the pattern that you could do it. But long story short, I ended up just deciding that I did not want to finish the pattern. But I really, to finish the hat, but I really enjoyed I liked the look of what I had done. So I decided to make it into a pot holder. And the pot holder is here. It is very wonky and homemade looking. As you can see, the edges here are fraying, not perfect, but you know, it's just, it works. It's gonna work for what it's gonna be used for, which is just lifting hot pants and things like that. I don't know if you can remember or you can tell what the back is. It is my very beloved Wednesday sweater that I knit when I was pregnant with Anton, and that I have been wearing so much, and that Jakob felt it in the machine. And I just have not been able to throw it out because I just, yeah, and there's a lot of memory in that sweater. I think knitting it while being pregnant with Anton and wearing it while I was hugely pregnant with him. He was a giant baby and I was giant. And then also wearing it that first year with him, out for walks in the pram and everything. So it just has a lot of meaning. I think a lot of you can probably relate to that. And when you knit something, you have certain memories woven into those stitches just as you are knitting it, and you know, either on a holiday or at a certain special time in your life. And that was, I think this was definitely like a special time in my life. So I just have not been able to throw it out, but I decided to just cut into it and make it into a pot holder. So I have a bit of that sweater here with me, and I have that crochet here, and it's not perfect. I didn't want to use a lot of time on getting it, like making it perfect, because then I know myself well enough that I just knew that I wouldn't get it done. I know I could probably have looked up like a crochet stitch and done a very nice edging around here. I just wanted to get it over with and have it done and ready for use. So I just used the blanket stitch, and yeah, it is what it is. But I'm quite happy just having this now as a little memory of my crochet adventure, and then that sweater as well. So that's that was the, what's that called? That was the destiny of that hat, now a pot holder. So I think that's all the finished objects that I have. Now for works in progress, I have my t-shirt, which is funny. I just was talking about how I'm not going to wear t-shirts, but I'm gonna, obviously not listening to myself here, because I am working on another t-shirt. This time though, it's oversized and it's not going to be cropped, so it's a different fit than the other two t-shirts that I do have. I am knitting the tied loop tee by Otherloops, and she made that pattern for a collection by Isa called the Breeze Collection. And the original pattern has a ribbled sort of the look of the sand that is like ribbled when the water has, I don't know, shaped it. Yeah, that's, I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's basically a stockinette stitch and reverse stockinette stitch pattern all the way down the front. It's beautiful. I'm gonna put in a picture if I remember, or you can look it up. And it's not difficult because it's knits and purls basically the whole way through, but it does require that you are doing counting and that you are following a chart. And I just wanted something that was simple to knit, so I just wanted a stockinette stitch. So I just decided to convert the whole thing into a stockinette stitch t-shirt, because I do really like the look or the fit of the pattern. So it's an oversized pattern with drop shoulders, as you can see, and then it has quite long sleeves, so almost at the elbows. Yeah, and I am done with the body. As you can see, I have done the hem as per the pattern, where you fold it over and then you knit it to the back here. I am pretty sure I am going to have to rip that back because it just does not look good. It sort of flares out like this. I really don't like that. So I'm gonna block it and then see what's, you know, blocking can do wonders. So hopefully blocking is gonna do wonders for this as well. If it doesn't, I'm gonna rip it out and then just sew it on instead, because I think, I don't know, that's what I usually do, but this time I just wanted to do what the pattern told me to do. And yeah, I also think that there's too much sort of pulling in here, like in the fabric. I don't like that. You see how that is just sort of pulling the fabric in like that? I don't like it. So, but maybe again, the blocking will help. Yeah, so I'm at the sleeve and I'm knitting this with my Chiago. This is a smaller, I can't remember, but like a sleeve length, I guess, wire. And there are, what's that? Oh yeah, we found blueberries. That's why my hands are looking like this, if you were wondering. But I really enjoy knitting with this cable. This is a fixed cable, and it just, the flow of this sleeve knitting is just lovely. So I have a lot of different circular needles, but I think I'm slowly gonna change all of them into the Chiago red lace. I think these are called red lace, because I just really enjoy working with them. For me, it just works. So yeah. What else is that to say? I'm knitting this with a strand of Især Trio 1 or Trio 1, which is a very messy yarn because it's plant-based. I talked about this in the last podcast. And also I'm holding that together with my own hand-dyed yarn. This is a 100% non-superwash merino and I said last time it was a fairy dust. I think I even mentioned that on like the beginning pictures of the podcast, like a fairy dust tee, but it's not fairy dust, it's fairy circle. So it's the fairy circle colorway. And I have one yarn that has a lot of color and speckles, and then I started out with another, like this. These are my second and third skein. So the first skein I used completely, and the first skein was more like this, where the colors were a lot more subtle. So yeah, I'm just mixing them or alternating them. I have been alternating them for the body, also a little bit for the sleeve, but as you can see here, for this bit I didn't. I just used that more like that more brightly colored. I'm saying brightly colored, it's still quite subtle, but more so than this one. So it does have a little bit of pooling, striping, not a lot, but a little bit here. I don't know if I'm gonna be bothered by it. I know some people like it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, which is also why I'm alternating skeins. But I'm thinking maybe I can do a little bit of duplicate stitch here just to break it up a bit, and I think that would be fine. Just maybe 2 rows of duplicate stitching down here to break it up. Yeah, it's not as bad on the back side. So it's just here in the front. Otherwise, I find that it's actually a pretty even distribution of color throughout the sweater. And again, I have been alternating the skeins. I did not alternate here in the back. As you can see, that was the subtly colored skein number 1, and that really just was a very evenly colored skein of yarn. I don't know if you can hear my mom, and Esther's right outside here. So I think she's reading a book for her right now, and Anton is taking a nap. Jakob is not feeling well. He has, don't know what it's called. It's a virus on his nerve, basically. So he's dizzy and has a hard, and feel nauseous. And he got that last week, was feeling better. And then last night he was really, really bad. So he can't really do anything. Again, we have fiber folk. It's very stressful, but hopefully he's gonna get better. So he's just laying in bed. Fire's laying watching something on her computer or it's phone. Yeah, she's 14, and phones are life. So, but it's fine. It's it's nice for everybody to just relax a little bit. And I thought I would just quickly get this podcast in because I wanted to do it last night, and then it was just really, I fell asleep while I'm getting Esther to sleep, and I came out and it was only 8 o'clock, but it was rainy and gray and the light was just not good. So yeah, sorry, that was a tangent again. I have so many, I don't know about you, but my project bags always have the weirdest stuff. So I don't know, I have keys in here, my wallet, fiber folk flyers. You never know, you know, never know. Always good to have fiber folk flyers. So I just leave them when I'm out and about sometimes. So yeah, Playmobil. I don't know. So crazy things. I think I used to have candy in here now, but everybody knows, as they always, like when she sees my project bags, she will open them up now. So I can't keep my candy in my project bags anymore because my family have figured that one out. So yeah, but that was the tied loop tee. The last work in progress that I have on my needles is a sweater for Anton, and that is an all over cabled sweater, again from this book, Børneslæg. This is, what is that called? I'm gonna show you the pattern. It's called Lille Aran, I think, Little Aran. And again, it's by Lene, Holme, Samsøe. It's this one right here. It's just a very traditional piece of knitwear, and I enjoy cables. I don't find them intimidating, but they do require that you follow the chart and that you pay attention. So I haven't been knitting a whole lot on it because, again, I need to have no kids and some TV that requires very little attention, or a simple audiobook or something like that to knit on this. So this is as far as I have gotten. So there's actually not that much to see right now. I am using a yarn from Derrière Natura, which is a French yarn, merino, and I really like the way it works up. So not that much to report on this so far. This stitch marker is one that I had made for the advent calendar, not last year, but I think the year before, maybe, by Trinity, or maybe was it last year, I can't remember. So it's a little Christmas tree, a beaded Christmas tree. I just put up the advent calendars for this year. I have been debating back and forth, but I have decided to do advents again, just because, I don't know, when you start thinking about it, then you also get a little bit excited about doing them. So even though they're a lot of work, they're also a lot of fun. So I have decided to do that, and yeah, they're up for sale now. I think I'm gonna add in the link for that in the description below, so you can find it there, because I'm not on Etsy, I'm on another website, so you can find it there. I have a superwash base, a non-superwash base, and they're like the ones that I call the big ones, and that's where you get 4 skeins of yarn, 100 grams per Sunday that you open up, and there are some few extra things, and yeah, they're the big ones. And then I have the one that I'm calling the little one, which are 4 skeins of yarn again, but this time there are 50 grams soft yarn, so merino nylon, you get that, and then there you get a coordinating 10-gram mini skein as well that you can use for heels or toes or whatever. So you can basically make a pair of socks out of those 60 grams in total of yarn. And yeah, I'm getting really excited about it. So they are for sale now, and I thought Esther was coming. Somebody's going on to the toilet, I think. Yeah, I think that's gonna be all for now. I am going to add a little bit of a vlog, not a, like a, I don't know how long it's gonna be, 4-minute vlog probably now here at the end. I wanted to add that to the page, or to the vlog that I already uploaded to Patreon, but since we were going here at the end of July, beginning of August, it was just not gonna happen, because I do, so if you're not on Patreon, I do like at least a monthly vlog every month, so I upload one every month. So the July vlog, I obviously can't upload a stuff from August to the July vlog. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna add it here, and then, you know, if you are interested in checking out Patreon, you can see a snippet of what a vlog can look like. And they're not all like this, but basically they're mostly just a little glimpse into our life. Sometimes they're about dyeing yarn, sometimes they're about what I'm making, so just the sole focus on what I'm doing in a month of like hand knitting or whatever I'm doing. And yeah, so I'm gonna add that now, and say thank you so much for watching. If you're on Patreon, thank you again for supporting me. I know I have that competition, and I have drawn a winner, which is a knit, and I just have not gotten around to writing to you, so I am gonna do that and getting that yarn shipped up to you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next month. Bye.